With me standing right here, you'd never guess what's underneath my feet right now. Told you wouldn't guess. It's a 2,000 square foot underground home. It is covered by earth on three sides and the roof. The only side that is exposed is right here on the south side. And then up here at the top, you see that little yellow thing poking up is where the atrium is. In the middle of this 2,000 square foot house, there is a room that is blocked in that has a sight to the skies. It currently has some glass on the south facing and a sloped roof, but it is so bright and cheery, it is the best place to have any type of plants growing, which is not exactly normal for an underground house. But that's just one of the fabulous gems that comes with this property that we bought. So the first thing is this giant wind generator. This thing is, I don't even know how tall, 80 foot tall. The blades are out in the shed, so they're not currently on it. But Uncle John, when he built this in the 80s, following the energy crisis of the 70s, had some creative ideas and ways to get things done. Those solar panels right there are for heat, not for power. Up on top of the hill to the right is another wind generator, as well as a flagpole, because every good patriot needs a flagpole. This house Uncle John built in the 1980s, shortly after the energy crisis of the 70s. His intention was to build this completely off-grid with wind generator power, solar heat, and propane appliances. Now our job is to try to finish that out for him.
Yeah.
The good thing is that this house is 90% concrete and iron. So, all right, I'm gonna cover my mouth a little bit because it's a little bit musty in here. So here when we walk in, like I said, 2,000 square foot. The whole front side of this house has three huge windows. Over there is the kitchen. This is a giant living room, huge. That right there is your sneak peek into the atrium, which is pretty amazing. So here we go. We ripped out all the carpets that were damaged by the water, obviously. All of this is concrete. It's painted to look like brick, but it is actual poured concrete with molds that molded it to look like what it is. So, we bought this place from my husband's Uncle John. We inherited a lot of stuff with it. Most of it has to be thrown out, although there are some stuff that we'll try to do something good with. So here's that stove that he burned like oil, right? Some sort of oil stove. And it actually belongs in this corner, but we moved it in order to clean things around. And again, there's that atrium door. It sits in the middle. So again, it is 50 deep, 40 wide, this entire building. So we're going to go down the hallway. And you can see all this paneling is going to have to come out because the water wicked up the walls. When it soaked the carpet, it wicked up the walls and damaged anything that's wood. So pretty much anything that is wood from about 2 foot down is going to have to be fixed of some sort. Here's the one bathroom, very large bathroom. It comes with a lovely blue clawfoot tub with the rods for the shower curtain. Got a sink, matching blue toilet. Apparently, is this from us or from John?
It was storage.
So apparently Uncle John had intended at some point to put in a double vanity. More than that sink. But anyway, so I kind of think this paneling is way cool. It's kind of a shame that it has to come out due to damage. Okay, so here we go. Back out into the hallway. And we go down towards the back of the house again. Here's the secondary door out to that atrium. And here is like a laundry room, utility room. It's got the freezer, washer, dryer, all that kind of stuff in it. Sorry, we don't have any power in here. Although there was at one time, but it got disconnected because we had to pay a service fee every month and it just got to be unnecessary, we'll say. Hopefully you can hear me. Okay, so here is bedroom number 1. It doesn't have a door for whatever reason. So here's the interior parts of, we believe that the solar panels on the outside is for solar heat, not for power. And so this is another extension of that. And we're still trying to research and figure out a lot of that stuff. So those are all built-ins. They'll have to be torn out because they have been severely damaged. This room got the majority of the damage. As you can see, where the water came in through the roof. Uncle John tried to fix it, right? He did that?
Yeah.
By cutting a PVC pipe in half and running it down the seam so that he could at least have it come down and then go into a bucket of sorts. Oh, it was to the buckets? Oh, that's right, because there was big tubs sitting out here that were completely full and the dead pack rats in it, huh? Mm-hmm. So anyway, so we've removed all this sheetrock that was up. These closets run the entire backside of the house without dividers in between the rooms. So if you started in this corner of this closet, you could walk the entire backside of the house, entering each of the 3 bedrooms. But yeah, the big tubs like these were just filled with water when we bought the house for him trying to catch all the water that was coming inside the house. It was disgusting. I'm telling you, it smells so much better in here than it did. We've put professional spray in here to try to kill the mold. We've done a lot. Okay, so here's bedroom number 2. Here is a pocket door. Well, sort of, except for it's rotted off in the bottom. But it is framed to be a pocket door. And it does have, see, like I said, it's got electrical stuff. It's just, we can't. Are those both sinks? Mm-hmm. 2 pedestal sinks. That is way cool. Didn't know those were in here. Here's, again, the closet. Just a bunch of stuff that got left behind. Over here, it's also framed for a regular standard door that was sheetrocked in. So we're not quite sure what his intention was to have 2 doors on this one room. But either way, it is what it is. So we'll just pick one and go with it, I guess. So if we go out here and we turn, and here now we're on the back side of the atrium. And these windows are egress emergency windows that you can pull down in order to escape out from the underground house. However, this underground house is, say, but 90% concrete. So the chance of anything really burning a whole lot is pretty slim, I'm guessing. Another pocket door with glass, which is way cool. 3rd bedroom. Again, same closet all the way down. You'll notice that there's no windows in the back side, of course, because every wall is completely covered with dirt. Like, there's dirt above our head right now. All of this, every single wall is completely buried in the earth. So whether you call it an underground house, a berm house, or a earth home, all those terms would kind of apply. Okay, so heading back towards the kitchen again, back door to the atrium. I would like to open up all this whole wall right here to make it more open and allow some of the sunlight to come in. So here's the best part, I think. We're heading into the atrium. And this is also called the escape hatch. So you can go up these stairs to a teeny tiny door right there, and you can walk right out underground. That there is ground level. Right here is ground level. So obviously this glass is in very bad shape. All the wood around it is in bad shape. The stuffing's hanging out of this guy. Anyway, lots and lots of repairs to be made, but it is a very, very, very cool space. Lots and lots of cool stuff. Anyway, so this is it. Whew, there's a floor in the drain. A floor in the drain? A drain in the floor. So these barrels, I assume, were put in here for heat and humidity control. From my stuff I've looked at on the internet, that's what I'm thinking. It had something to do with heat. If you fill them with water, it retains heat and it puts off heat, therefore making it a good room for whatever you might want to grow, which, who knows? This would be a great place to start. Start seeds, though. So this is it. You go right up these stairs. See, here is Uncle John's off-grid storage, his battery system, his battery storage. A lot of batteries. I mean, he had this thing rigged up long before the cool trend of going off-grid was happening. And I'm telling you, a lot of this is over our heads. We don't quite understand what it was, what he was doing, how he was doing it. But it's very cool because this room actually feels pretty fresh. And then as you can see right here, you go through the sliding glass door, through the living room, and right out the front door again. There's really cool little nuggets. I don't know if you can quite see that. See that light fixture? It's very cool. Anyway, that is a quick tour of our underground house. If you saw something in this video that you're like, hey, go back, show me that a little bit more, by all means, please leave a comment. I'd love to dig deeper into things. And if you know stuff about off-grid houses, or let's see if we can turn this around. If you know stuff more about off-grid houses, off-grid construction, maybe what he was trying to do and clarify some things for us, that would be awesome. Please send a comment, explain whatever it is. My last video of the other abandoned house on our property, there was so much good information across the platforms explaining of what kind of rooms, what kind of things were used for in the day to explain why that house was laid out the way it was, which was really informative, and I appreciate it very much. So hopefully I just caught myself because I can't see. Please leave a comment, like, subscribe. We want to share more of this, and we are going to rehab this house, and we want to do a whole series and try our best to capture every really cool part of making this house into a 2,000 square foot home. Fantastic. All right, like and subscribe. Okay, I'm just going to walk up so you can get a better idea of the atrium. See here, all above ground. Every bit, we need to mow the roof. Got to mow the roof. Anyhow, so this is where you would walk in to that top door, very skinny door. And then the stairs would go straight down. There are our sheep. So yeah. Here's those glass windows. And here's where we had the trouble with the water that broke through. So this was my husband's fix for it, was to build a gutter system to run all the water off, because it appeared that right here is where the water was breaking through the roof. So one thought was, in order to fix or remedy this situation, was to actually build on this back side of the house and put rooms up here, therefore not keeping it as an underground house, but that would block any water from being able to get through. If you have any suggestions, it would be nice to keep it as a full underground house. If you have any suggestions on how this could be remedied, that would be great. I feel like I've said remedy about 800 times. And then you can walk right back down here, and it's just surrounded by trees and nature. So if you're standing on top of the roof, let's see, get behind the solar panels. Please make sure to like and subscribe and click the little alert bell so that you are notified anytime we put out any new videos. We will be creating a series on rehabbing this house, as well as all the different upgrades and updates we're going to be doing to the rest of the homestead. See you there.